For anybody who is in need of a TLDR, they're on X game mode, but we're entering the invisible wall timeline. We're supposed to be out here like caring about this chick's missing brother, but it's like I could literally care less about how truly far you get before doing your first dungeon in this game. I also forgot we already did the first dungeon. We are coming back after, oh no, the genocide. We talked to the princess. We had to go to Sid several times to learn a word that we didn't know. Came to the princess. She said, well, you gotta go to a different place because that's where that thing is, Sunfire, the Eternal Flame. But in order to do that, we need something to transfer it, and we also need something to open the ever-locked door that somebody who died, I think, locked. So we had to go talk to Yosef. Yosef? Well, no, the snow plane's like the back of his hand. Who came with us? Oh, Yosef joins the party. I forgot that happened. So that we could get his snowcraft to get to the ice caverns. And now at the ice caverns, we had to get the goddess's bell. I've obtained the goddess bell. We crossed paths with Borgin again. Borgin is one of the Emperor's right-hand men, who said, don't worry, I've booby-trapped to this cave, and a big rock rolled out of the side of the wall. Oh, good night, sweet prince. And that is your recap. Well, hello, shiny, happy people, and welcome back. I'm back. I know I kept insisting that I would be here on Tuesday. The problem with that was I did not anticipate. I went to a last-minute background casting thing, so we'll see if anything comes of that. If it does, there will be more fun stories. There are plenty of fun stories from the casting itself. If people are interested in hearing me yabber on about any and all parts of the casting process, I of course will. Your girl does love to chatter. But this is really just gonna be like a really short, I know I say that, wow, she said it's gonna be a short stream. Shocking. Shocking all. Shocking every person who's ever existed. Wow. She said it's gonna be a short stream? Sure. Short stream for me basically means anywhere between 30 minutes and 5 hours, apparently, because I've gotten on here and I've said, oh, I'm just gonna do a little itty-bitty short stream today, like 100 times, and it really does not justify whatever time I end up calling for said thing. So, if y'all remember last time we played some Final Fantasy II, we did not finish Kashuan Keep because that shit was getting serious, and I needed to get the fuck out of Dodge, which I have now done. All of my boys are still blinded, but I don't really feel like going all the way back to get them up. So if it's really detrimental and it's causing me to take extreme amounts of damage, I'll be coming up anyway to go back. So, you know, is what it is. You know, this is really just proof of life, honestly. I realized I missed yesterday after, like, promising on my life and soul that, I would definitely be in yesterday. Also, don't laugh at me saying in like this is a job, lol. But I said I would be in, and then I wasn't, because of, you know, like I said, last minute casting and all. So went to do that, which was very fun. But before that, this weekend was astounding, as Cape May always is. Went away on a little beach trip with the family. They're all still chilling out there. At least for a little while longer. It's super unfortunate. A week in Cape May. Let me stop fucking doxing where I spend my holiday. A week at the beach is kind of like the goal for me and my husband every year for holidays. But this year we're doing our honeymoon instead, so we did not have the time for him to take off work to also do a week on the beach this year. And it's such a shame because I do truly love the beach. I love hanging out on the beach. You can totally tell I have the facade of somebody who goes regularly to beaches. But, like, we basically didn't even get enough beach time in that we want to go to the beach this Saturday, because it's just one of those things, you know? My allergies are acting crazy. That's the primary reason I think this is gonna be a really supremely short stream. If you can't hear it, it started like a couple of minutes ago. It started like an hour ago. And I know it's gonna be gross hearing me fucking sniffle, but it would be worse hearing me blow my nose all day. Ugh. I might have to just... hold on. I know it's allergies, you know, it's completely clear, ain't nothing really to do about it since that is the case. But yeah, so basically, I go through all this, have a delightful week at the beach, and so far, weekend at the beach, and so far, my whole, like, couple of days back have been a weird mishmash of crazy energy. My husband took off on Monday so we could extend our weekend a little bit, which was really nice. And it's so, I don't want to say unfortunate, but like I just immediately feel better when he's around. So when he's not around, the lack of person that makes me feel better is, let's just say really noticeable. Oh god. So I got pretty down on myself pretty quickly, which is unfortunate. Oh, my eyes, but it is what it is. And it's not his fault that I just love him too fucking much. But let's not get too gushy on Maine. And then yesterday was crazy. And then today I've just kind of, I've had stuff to do pretty much for a majority of the day. Which, you know, is fine or whatever. But I don't tend to get slammed back to reality as much anymore. Hey. Excellent. I'm glad you caught that part of me talking to myself. How are you, Prez? How was your weekend? I went outside and I touched grass and sand, so we're really hitting all of our bases. Today obviously will not be a long stream, as I don't think my vocals can take it. The allergies are crazy. You gotta take the rare occasions that you go outside to just get your hands on as much of nature as possible. Otherwise, what's the point? Ha 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 ha. No, it's just like an hour ago, my allergies started going fucking haywire. And I don't know what that's about. I also spilled horseradish sauce on me at some point, so I'm also constantly being followed by the ghosty smell of horseradish. Which, not a bad thing, but also, like, I definitely don't wanna, I wanna make sure that, like, the paper towels I used, yeah, we found a really good one that is just basically just horseradish, and we put it into other sauces, so it's just like a base, a horseradish base. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I don't use the, accidentally use the paper towels that I used to wipe up horseradish sauce. Because it happened literally right before stream. To wipe my eyes. I don't even want to know. Yeah, that's me. But we put it on a lot of shit. Because it is just an easy way to add something. Oh, I forgot these take, I almost said melee damage, magic damage, better than melee. Stupid turtles. But yeah, I mean, look, at this point, Impossible Burgers or Beyond Burgers are, if you cook them in the right way, taste profile gonna be basically the same. So yes, and they're very good. There isn't much as far as like fake meats now. that I would say, like, is a 100% one-to-one. I think they got burgers down kind of to a science. It doesn't need to taste exactly the same. I'm sure not all weird beef products taste exactly the same. It's very strange, though, having literally no, point to judge on. Like, I tell my husband, like, he's gotta try it himself, because I have absolutely zero gram. Sorry. Wow. To, judge its, believability. I think that was 6? Yeah, that was 6. Oh. I'm gonna try to hold out for as long as possible, but for whatever reason it seems to just be getting progressively worse. And I really don't know what that's about. I wonder if it's... I have not touched my keyboard. I have a keyboard in this room and I was trying to learn some... yeah, look. Somebody's gotta do it. And if not me, who? Who else would be brave enough? No, but I don't know if it's because that was dusty and I, like, touched it and then touched my face or something, but I was trying to play a little bit of piano today, learn some chord shapes. Oh, but, you know, not sure. And the thing is, like, I have not started to break out into, like, a rash. I usually get a little bit of a rash when my allergies get too bad, just, how it is. Usually a little bit of, like, slight bump on the forearm or on my chin. And usually I'll call stream if that is the case, if I have any kind of visible skin discoloration or anything. And that did not happen, so I was like, hey, show goes on, right? But if that pops up at all, that's gonna send me right to the not doing this anymore right now. But I figured I'd just try to get Kashuan Keep done. I don't know how much is left of this. But as I am actually done with about 50% of the editing that I want to do on the video for the first Final Fantasy game review that I'm doing, I figured I'd try to get some of 2 in today. But yeah, so anything interesting y'all got up to? Because we did beach time stuff. That is why I'm a Nurgle believer, because like I'm very close to his beloved child disease at most times. But you know, did that. I went to a background actor audition yesterday, which, you know, I would say it's pretty cool, but background auditions are always the same and they're always pretty boring. Like, there's a reason why you sort of need to get used to carrying a book around. That's nice, though. And yeah, no, finding a fucking phone book is really hard. You've never been to... Oh, I thought you were saying you'd never been to a phone book, and I couldn't parse the... Whatever. You know, finding phone books is really, really fucking difficult now. It's, like, if not impossible. I don't know if they're still printing them. Look, I'm sorry. I've got a lot going on. I don't know what to tell you. Insight, you planning on going to some background actor auditions? Not that I don't think it would be a fun, worthwhile use of your time. But, you know, they are really fucking boring. Yeah, I do, now I need to Google it. You've given me something that I need to Google. I need to Google if phone books are still in print. Area-dependent limited runs is what it seems to be. They still exist once a year. Depending, like, a lot of companies will get them. Interesting. Huh. So I know it takes away kind of the, it looks like it, and it defeats the purpose, but I would actually say, like, call a business and see if they have one, or, like, ask a local business, or, like, a library. Because they just might at least know. They say they might not have any new resource ones, though. Some libraries do. It's apparently super area specific. So I would, yeah. My answer is always library. If it's something that was printed on paper, I'm like, you know where I'm gonna check first? The library. Granted, that is like 50% resource brain from making documentaries, and 50% I just really like libraries. Well, there you go. So yeah, they'll definitely have something. Or they should probably have something. I would recommend a library. I'm such a library fan. There's never been a point in my life where I've not been a fan of a public library. Like, granted, the public library was my mom's childcare for a really long time, and I could not have been more happy for that to be the case. Like, first of all, our town's library did some really banging ass, like, kids' activities. Some really fun shit. Some really good arts and crafts times. But also, I was a book kid. Like, if you couldn't tell. The Barnes and Noble theory. That we subconsciously articulate the thought that I read in the bathroom. Fair enough. Too cool for books. Just like you were too cool for everything else around that time. But yeah, it's the idea that there's a subconscious link between the fact that we read in the bathroom and we poop in the bathroom, so seeing books makes us poop is the connotation there, which I think is very funny. Because I don't think there's any other singular thing that has that, like, intense of a... I think that's supposed to be what, like, the neural connection is in that, which is the theory that books make you go to the bathroom. Because it's supposed to be the whole, like, before there were cell phones, what did you do in the bathroom? You had, like, a Reader's Digest, you had, basically, like, hand books, coffee table books, specifically just, like, in your restroom. Or you'd bring a book if you were gonna go poop. But seeing as most of us have had phones now since the time that we would be making the conscious decision to, read books we enjoyed in the restroom, I think that's no longer, like, an actual thing. Which is why it's now mainly attributed to the Barnes and Noble, situation in which you always have to use the bathroom in a Barnes and Noble. which again I think is an obfuscation of the like, you see book, you start reading a book, you immediately have to go to the bathroom, is I don't know how much longer that's gonna be like something that can exist in core consciousness, in public consciousness, because not enough people at this point read in bathrooms anymore. You know, not enough people like go out to bookstores and have to go to the restroom because they had a cup of coffee and have something in their hands that they want to read. So yeah, I don't know how long that is gonna last, like that theory, quote unquote. But yeah, I was always a library kid, and then when I was working in the city, I religiously went to the public library, in which I have to get... Hold on. I'm just gonna check my New York Public Library login to see if they fucking paid my late fees. Because they took out, my old boss took out a bunch of books, and they told me they would take them back when I left, and they never did. Haha, yeah, theater person was a library kid. Everybody would have guessed. Literally, look at me, I look like a library kid still. I'm wearing like a fucking oversized t-shirt and denim shorts. I am a library kid to my dying day. I'm really trying to fucking log in, but it's giving me some issues. There we go. Yeah, so my old boss has, which I've told them about in detailed emails. That's totally fine. I'm so happy giving off the vibe of librarian rather than, like, for a while I was so afraid that I was gonna give off the vibes of, like, camp counselor or, like, youth pastor. So... But I'm glad it's librarian. Young librarian, chef's kiss. That's kind of what I want. Yeah, wow. $119. And they have not taken any of these books back, it looks like. I fucking hate my old boss so much. You know, yes, in late fees. Because I haven't been working there in quite some time now. I took them out for them and asked for them to be returned in my last 2 weeks, and they said no, because they still needed to read them. And I said, could somebody else take them out on a library card? And they said no. I also, so the Jersey system has my number, and I was like, oh, thank God, the New York system doesn't know my name yet. Now we got beef. The Jersey system still will not let me take out books because I borrowed a manga in, like, the 4th grade and I lost it. I think I let somebody else borrow it from me and they lost it. And, yeah, I know. It's cringe. It's cringe that it was a manga. I get that. I understand. I will never in my life on the internet share what manga it was, because that's even more cringe. So, basically they're like, you owe us $20, and every time I'm going to the library, it's at a time when I have a lot of free time, and I don't have 20 free bucks to give them. Yeah, ring the alarms. Look, I'm not gonna put up a fight because you're not wrong. No. I refuse. I really don't think we're gonna make it through this time either. I was pretty hopeful that starting just from a little cottage outside today we could do the rest of Kashuan Keep, but this shit is like kind of a little rough and I should have prepared a little bit more. But yeah, so always a library kid. It's very sad that right now I can't really borrow books in the tri-state area. But eventually I will give my local library $20 so that they'll let me read books again. But hey, right now I'm still making my way. It's been a couple of months that I've been working on Dune, but I started reading Dune a little while ago, and I brought it to the background casting yesterday, and I thought I was going to be able to read it. I was situated behind a group of kids that were all so fucking loud, I literally could not conceivably read in that moment. It just was not gonna happen. And I was really sad because I was like, wow, I really could have, I was there for like 3.5 hours. I really could have gotten a decent way through some Dune. But I was stuck behind a group of like 5 kids. Which, you know, just shit luck of the draw. Then again, the hotel that it was situated in was not prepared. Oh my god, dude. Okay, so like, I am not somebody who like wants to sit on her laurels as a person without kids and tell people how to parent their kids. But it was one of those things where they had to be like, one of them was still relatively young. I would have to say like 5 to 7. And then the other one, not fighting age, unfortunately. I think the range was like 5 through 11. Like, I think that was the age range. And it was 2 moms and their 5 kids. And one of the kids at one point, like, I get it, it's kid shit, but one of the kids at one point just started, so the way that it works is you're all sort of like in a line. Maybe for you, I don't have kids yet, so I'm not experienced with, like, how old is old enough for them to, you know, fight. But, so, the eldest of them, I'm pretty sure, is kid shit. I get it. That's kid shit. But he's standing in line, and our line wraps around because the hotel was not prepared. So instead of having us already situated in like ballrooms and conference rooms, they had the line running around the lobby while they waited to open up other spillage rooms. So the line was getting really weird, really long, and they had to keep repositioning people. So we were in this tiny ass hallway, and we were against one wall, and the people that were being sent to the back of the line were coming in the other way. Every person that passed us, the kid went, "Hi," and then insert compliment here. "Hi, I like your shoes." "Konnichiwa, I like your shirt." "Hello, I like your shoes." You know, just for, like, fucking 10 minutes. Like, just straight 10 minutes. Loudly. Very loudly. As though the people passing him are not gonna hear him. And while he's doing that, the littlest one, the littlest girl, is scream singing, an 80s song that she does not know the words to. So she goes, like, she sings the first refrain of 4 words, and then just starts going, ah, nah, blah, ah, nah, nah, blah. And I'm like, cool, great, love that for you. I would prefer if that wasn't happening directly next to me. So yeah, and then the 2 middle boys were play fighting for a long part of it. And then I, honest to God, think that the only one that genuinely wanted to be there was, like, the 7 or 8-year-old girl. So, it was fine for the most part if it wasn't just so echoey. Like, I think that's where my neurodivergent ass brain was just like, I cannot handle all of this, fucking input. Fair, L streamer, that's fine. W kids, that's fine. Go off. But, like, damn, dude. I could not. So yeah, I was sitting there trying to read, and then I just had to give up at a point, because I literally could not continue to try it. Yeah, so, like, I'm glad they had fun waiting in line. Good for them. Ooh, fun. At least it's a phase, right? That's what they say, is all phases are precious and they don't last that long, so you just gotta anchor your way through. Not surprising. I say not surprising as though I have a plethora of knowledge around child rearing. Isn't that, like, always the case, though, like, with kids? I feel like every time I've talked to somebody who has kids, they're like, yes, one of them was a precious, well-behaved, beautiful angel, and the other one was a nightmare. No, it's funny, fucking my, yeah. No, like, I have a lot of parent friends of, like, small, like, 1 to 3-year-olds. Smalls. You know, the small ones. The small type children. Dan's not quite brother, who's, you know, they're in chat all the time. Their daughter is 2, or she's turning 2 in November. Mutual friend of Saki and mine's from elementary school. Her daughter is 3, gonna be 4 in February. All of my husband's married cousins decided to have kids at the same time, so they're all between like 1 and 4. And I say all of, there are only like 2 or 3 sets of them. I think it's 2. Man, I can't keep up. There are a lot of fucking people in his family. I think it's just the 2. And then my cousin has a 6 and a 3-year-old, I think, are their current ages. So yeah, I've been dealing with a lot of, like, yeah, all of the married sets of cousins. You know, as you classify people who are in relationships as sets, as pairs. You know, common parlance. But, yeah, no. Not personal experience, but sure is an experience dealing with other people's kids at family functions. Yeah, couple, pair, sets, parlance, man. Just gotta hop on the vocab train here and go with me on this journey. But yeah, no. So that was in front of me, and then why do you have a set of cups though? Like, you don't have more than 2 cups? Why do you only have a set of spoons? I guess like set can be used for any amount that is the same. So like a set of plates could be like 8 plates or 2 plates. Is it though? Is it though? And why? I think we really have to take into account why a set is 4. You know, are we still all living in a romanticized version of America consumerism where everyone is supposed to be a married hetero couple with 2 children? I think we really need to dissect this and the role that it plays in our culture. Man, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying today, dude. I really don't. I was very close to just not popping on stream today because I feel wild. Like, my brain is just in a bunch of different places. What happened to them this week? Ah, got it. Haha, funny yoke. Ooh, chests. Oh, an antidote. How good. Ooh, eye drops. There's a chance, boys. There's a chance. There's a chance we can do this without dying and having to do the whole thing over again. Oh no, what little hack? I don't know the last time I heard someone describe something as a little hack to clean. Also, I skinned my knee in the ocean, which is impressive to me. I feel like it's a strange phenomenon to skin your knee while being in the ocean. I'm very buoyant, so, like, they had double red flags though, first of all. So, like, definitely on us. But they were like, you can go into the water up to about waist deep. Because there was a big storm coming in, so they're like, it's just real choppy, like, we don't want people out there. We are gonna have to go in and rescue people, like, if they go farther out. Yeah. It's just a little skin. It's just a little skin off the old knee. I am incredibly buoyant. Like, this is just, I naturally float pretty easily in the ocean. So I realized, because I tried what my husband does when he is about to be crashed into with a wave, which he just kind of like hunkers down, lowers his head, and goes into it. And I tried that. I really tried to hunker down, but my body wants to be on top of the water. So basically, instead of holding where my feet were, my entire body got flipped out from underneath me and did a little roll, and that little roll resulted in me finding the ground again with my knees, and then still being pulled along with the wave since I'd lost my grounding. So, yeah, no, I know I am. He's far superior than I am, and I acknowledge that. It's just unfortunately how it is, so... Yeah, took a little roll, skinned my knee in the ocean, very impressive. But for real though, salt, on pans is 100% beautiful life hack. Beautiful little hack, if you will. I just call it scouring. I'm very buoyant. I am incredibly, it's like, honestly a little unsettling. Because if I'm treading water, my arms and legs will naturally just rise closer to the top of the water. It's one of those things where, like, I can just basically stop moving, and instead of immediately starting to sink, I will just start floating. It's not about the breath in me, man. It's not about the breath in me. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it be. I wish it was as simple as just exhaling. The water just wants me to rise. Yeah, honestly, I swear to God, I'm like 50% bird, and unfortunately that 50% is not the part that can fly. Yeah. And fortunately, I've never broken a bone. That was me knocking on wood, because I ain't about that today. That's expensive. Ooh, I gotta cure people. Unfortunate. It's almost like I'm playing a game or something. Ew, That's fair. That's fair. We've been sitting on some medical fees for a little bit. Not too long, but you know. Doing our best to ignore bills we gotta pay. There's nothing like, fucking school loans finally just got the okay to, like, start hassling people for money again. Because we're, like, far enough out from the pandemic that they're allowed to do that. So, it's really fun to go back to having regular emails sent from my debtors telling me that I owe them money. Trying real hard to ignore that one, too. And yet. It's so fun. It's so fun. I love being in debt. Ooh-wee, isn't that a great thing? Honestly. But I mean, yeah, it 100% is. And we all know why. Yeah, like, it's, the thing is they aren't gonna get paid before I die. Like, let's be fucking for real. I am going to my grave with so much debt. And that's fine. Fuck them. They don't need it back. If they needed it back, they shouldn't have given it to an 18-year-old, man. They shouldn't have let somebody with literally 0 life experience go, yeah, I could manage that amount of money in 4 years. That sounds like a great plan. If you really wanted a worthwhile investment that wasn't gonna bone you, don't lend money to kids. Granted, you know, I'm fully of the opinion that any schooling should be free. I don't believe in the private-public distinction. I don't believe in, like, just because your kid needs extra care, XYZ. I'm very much of the, like, we should be meeting people where they live, and nobody should have to pay money to receive an education. Even higher education. Like, I know it's optional, but one, it fucking isn't in our job market. Let's be fucking for real. And two, even if it was, like, God forbid somebody was like, I really want to go into sciences. I have this compelling thing that I want to research. And then they don't. Yeah, and that's 100% the other thing, is it doesn't matter what you got your degree in. It doesn't matter how much money you're making. Shit's fucking expensive. And even if you did it, the discount, you know, like, quote-unquote, like, lower-end college education, you're still paying far more than somebody who chose to go to a lesser cost school, can afford to pay off. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm totally one of those people that's like, there can be consequences to social security networks, which is, everyone should be allowed to take advantage, but if you are not fulfilling the means to which that advantage needs to be granted, you can be eliminated from the ability to, you know, accept that responsibility. It's the same shit as, like, if you have a, you know, like, insert any responsibility here and you fail to meet that, somebody should be allowed to just be like, well, you can't do that anymore. I don't know. It's just one of those things, I think, too, where, as it is, America is really set in its way. Thank God I had a single Phoenix down. I didn't realize we were in such dire straits. And it's not even that, like, 1 in 100 thing that people tried to sell us on when we were younger, where it's like, oh, well, like, what if the person who had a cure for cancer just couldn't afford going to school? It's like, that literally shouldn't matter. It should be anyone who wants to and who's willing to go after a higher education for any reason should be allowed to. Because it doesn't matter that you are nothing special, that this isn't going anywhere. If that's something that you would like to use to expand your mind, to do more for your community, to, I don't know, go immediately back and, like that one guy who did a, speech. Yeah, absolutely. No, 100%. Look, once a month, we're down and out another IQ X 100 specimen, you know? But, I don't know, it's one of those things, man, that really gets under my skin. But I was gonna reference the, guy who did that graduation commencement speech, who was just like, all these women here are really fucking up because they're never gonna find purpose unless they get married and have babies. The football player, I think it was. I don't remember, it's been a minute. But, like, even if you did just, yeah, right? Even if you did just want to turn around, go get an education, go get your degree, turn around, be somebody's wife and a caregiver and a homemaker, that's totally fine. That should be a fucking option. Like, you should not be required to be God's next gift to your field in order to go and get a degree. That was really fucking funny, though. I can't believe not a single soul at that school, like, looked at that man's speech prior to him sitting on stage. It really shows you, like, the holes in the system where they're just like, oh, they let anyone talk and they don't do any clearance beforehand because they just assume you're a celebrity, you'll do a good job. But yeah, so that's my soapbox. Thanks for standing next to it and holding a little sign. I'm so adamant on certain issues around education. Partially because I took, partially because I took an education, class, like it was like a class basically on the school system and like the American education system and the history of education, and it was like a sociology credit in college. And I was already opinionated before I stepped in, and then our professor was basically just like, here are 800 more reasons why you should be angry. And I was like, hell yeah, she gets it. She fucking gets it. So I've been angrier and angrier ever since. And we love that for me. Die, turtle, please. Thank you. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But I think that's, that's the job of professors, is to radicalize you a little bit. Just a little bit. Just for funsies. Yo, it was fucking wild. One of my professors, just straight like an intro to film professor that I had when I went to the last of the 3 colleges I went to, on the last day of class decided to go, if you guys all had to guess who I voted for, who in the 2016 election, who would you guess? And we were like, asking a question like that. Yeah. I want to get into this radicalized for bread thing in a minute, but I do want to finish, this little, vignette here. But with a question like that, it's like, I can only guess. This woman was like a very, very small, first, woman. Already checking the what column. Second, like, super small, petite, but not hyper feminine. 3, a professor. In like a more left-leaning area. And 4 or 5, whatever, however many, her parents were immigrants. Like, I don't remember from where, but like immigrated here, and not from one of the European white countries. So, already, what? And then she basically was just like, no, I want to have a conversation about this. And all of the students were just like, I really fucking don't. I would prefer to not have this discussion today. I would actually just like to go about my fucking business. And she sat there and like picked at it for 15 minutes until people engaged. Because she was just like, well, no, like, if you had to guess, and here are my reasons, and it wasn't just that my husband wanted me to vote for him, I wanted to. And it was like, that's great and all. What does this have to do with film 1, my guy? What does this have to do with our basic understanding of storytelling in the medium of digital video? If I could ask, if you could be so kind as to give me an answer, I'd appreciate it. Anyway, back to, radicalizing for bread. What do you need to be, what's your premise with bread here? I need to understand the base so that we can go from there. Why is everyone poisoned? Frick. I should have enough antidotes. It should be fine. Look, I mean, it's one thing to want to talk about politics with students, it's another thing to feel like you're rearing up to fight me. Like, it wasn't, and also why? Like, it wasn't near season, like near a voting season. It was straight up just the middle of fucking any random year. It was 2021. Like, it was not... what made it worse was... It was, like, actually it was late 2020, so, like, we were all like, you know that bitch is not getting vaccinated. You know she is not wearing a mask when not told to. The pro-bread v anti-bread would be pretty sick. Yeah, what's even the point of, oh shoot, I forgot to heal myself. Of anonymous voting. We should all have people stand up on stage and get people to guess who they think they're gonna vote for and then shout out who they're actually voting for, like which of the nominated candidates they voted for. Yeah, no. It would get real loud. You could do a whole state. I think more people would come out to vote if you did like a weird stadium style, like all your friends and family. You do it like on a community basis. But then like what's the veto for the person? Like if you get clapped to be like, oh no, you definitely look like oh, you just mean a clap-o-meter in general. See, the problem with that is I think inherently Republicans are just louder. Like, you think that the Tea Party is not showing up and throwing hands to be the loudest people at the goddamn convention floor where they're doing a clap-o-meter vote count? Hell no. You're gonna get some weird alt-radical group that just is really loud. You know they're not going to. You know they're not going to. In what world? In what world would Democrats be able to be loud enough? That's true. Megaphones would now be the next hottest commodity. Straight. Maybe yeah, we need to really inject the... the economy. Love them. I don't think you can, like, would you also have to disallow anything that's like a performance enhancer? You know, like, would you have to just say, like, no megaphones, no additional instruments, no blowhorns, no bullhorns, no nothing? Because then is it, like, truly the democratic clap, right? You know, like, are we actually getting our voices heard, or are we distancing ourselves? I mean, yeah, for the fun of it, of fucking course. Let's be real. Yeah, let's keep our healer up, and then we can have a healer do a little bit of a heal. I think I also have another cure, which I might just pop on Maria. I do. Maria, you can get that. I'm gonna teach Blizzard to Guy. Cool. Yeah, look, and then everyone would not have to listen to the really awful debates, and I think honestly, genuinely, morale of the entire country would go up. Gotta beat up this motherfucker so I can get Egile's torch. I forgot to read it out loud because I was too busy being prepared to beat the shit out of this red soul. Let's go, you motherfucker. Yeah, it's probably gonna hurt me. Ooh, not great, not great. Oh, that healed it somehow. Cool. Love that. Is it all mana heals then? Really gotta learn this fight, I guess. Fire and ice heal you. I think only Maria has anything that isn't fire or ice. So we're in for a bit of a push here. Ooh, owie, ow, 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 wee, ow. It didn't hurt that bad. I don't know why I was causing such a fuss. You know, so I'm 100% on board with the clapometer. Clap-o-meter as our presidential selection tool of choice. I think we should make everything a little bit more theatrical. Again, that's the theater kid energy talking. But I do think we... Oh no! That also heals you. Yeah, so it's just all magic heals them, I guess. Stupid. Stupid ass, stupid shit. Or. Always down for a good or. We got Eagle's torch. Woo, woo, woo. Oh my god. Could you imagine if all of our presidential, like anything that relied on a cabinet or on the Senate or whatever was just a call-in show? Oh. That's... I think we should turn the entirety of the democratic process in America into a variety show. You're so right. The fact that we don't, like, we're missing the variety show element in modern day. We've seen so many Twitch streamers, like, go on and try to do, and YouTubers, the new age of media, try and go and do a variety show type beat. When really, we should just be taking the oldest established form of controversy and entertainment in our country and change that into a variety show. It would do fucking numbers. We would get so much more engagement from the public. People love getting involved when it's literally just all about them. I think we've solved America's problems. I think in this singular hour, we have come up with the perfect solution to America's, two-party system, honestly. I think we've done it. I think we can call it a day now. I'm not fighting two fucking turtles. Get this shit fucking out of here. Yeah. Hey, if you're looking for a vice president, I know you won't pick me, but I can ask Dan if he'll do it. I would be a pretty banging campaign manager, though. So, keep my numbers. Fine, I will fight one turtle, though. Two turtles? Too many. One turtle? Just enough type of turtle. The first husband twice removed. Ah, the step-husband, of course. Who gets him in the divorce, though? In the case of divorce. Divorce between who? Who knows? I literally don't think any of this for the past, like, hour has made any kind of sense. So like the presidential family's husband. Yeah, who knows who he'd pick if we both sat on opposite ends of the room. Who knows? What a mystery. Wowie. I'm sure it'll be a tough fight. I'll, you know. Hey, it'll get us really in position for when it comes to the clapometer big day, you know? That's fair. That's fair. But also, heavy anti-political sentiment might restrain your chances there. I guess it's just gonna depend on your policy, Mr. President. In all honesty. Yo, okay, first of all, ever since Kamala got announced as, sorry, Ever since Harris got announced, I am very much in favor of the... Oh, and I never put anybody in their new gear. Very much in favor of, since everybody calls female presidential and vice presidential candidates by their first name for whatever fucking reason, because the world is a crazy place, that we should be calling Kamala Harris by her last name like we do any other presidential candidate. I'm much more in favor of calling them Kamala and Donald. But I'll swap over to Harris and Donald if that makes people more comfortable. And also shows my preferential of who I actually believe is deserving of my respect in this race. But anyway, ever since Harris... Exactly. It's also a problem that her first name is so fun to say. It's such a nice... Yeah, exactly. It's such a nice first name. It's so pleasant that it is really hard to stop saying it. But I'll say Harris for the sake of, you know, feminism or whatever. Anyway. Ever since she was announced, I got non-stop ads being like, donate $10 today and you'll help create super good ads. I was like, first of all, if I'm giving you money to create ads, why am I seeing so many fucking ads? I think that could just be... I think that's a little bit of weird fund mismanagement there. 2, I've seen this ad probably 15 times today. You've spent way too much money on ads. I think we need to roll back the ad spending, to be honest. 3, now that she has a vice president selected, I keep getting what feel like cameos. Like the website Cameo where you pay X amount of dollars to get somebody famous to say something to you. It feels like they're fucking cameos from this man. Because he's like, hey guys, I wanted to let you know about this super cool opportunity where you can come out and campaign with us. If you donate right now, you can come campaign with us for a little while. It's like, dude, you are the last person on the face of the planet that I feel like I would want to spend an afternoon with. You're like somebody's like, not off-putting, but way too nice that it's a little unsettling uncle. You know? Like, you know he has the best of intentions, but he's just too nice. There's gotta be something there. Nobody ever finds anything out, but So yeah, this man's fucking cameos on my goddamn YouTube videos telling me that I could win the chance to go out. Also, why do you think that the general public wants to win a chance to come do your job with you? Oh, absolutely. There's 100% a step where you step over and you're just too nice that it's concerning. There's no way that you can feasibly go around the world acting like that all the time and still be a perfectly fine, normal human being. See, I also want to say, it's not that I doubt that there are people who do want to go out and campaign, especially with, you know, quote-unquote, the potential for the first female president. Because there are so many, like, political hopefuls. So people that, like, want to be more experienced, people who volunteer to stuff envelopes and count votes and whatever, that, like, just very much want to be involved in that world. That's just something that they enjoy. So, like, I don't want to be super dismissive and say, who wants to do that? I know plenty. I probably talk to people who want to do that. I know people who want to do that. But it's really, you're asking me to give you money to come do your job for you, is what you're saying to me. Or do your job alongside you. Spend a day in the life. Take your kids to work day to a campaign. It's a very strange tactic, is I think my entire point. It feels very, very odd. Like, go off, but also I don't think your social media team did you justice. I'm gonna be real here. Gotta hire another social media consultant, because I don't think they're hitting that nail on the head. Granted, they did get a super late start, so I do understand this, like, box top if I just give them every reason and example to give us money to continue to campaign and make myself as prevalent on any site and platform that is possible. That, like, that is the key to maintaining any kind of grip on the media landscape. But also, the dropout of Biden was like one of the biggest headlines in a long time for politics. I actually very much do think Harris has a chance. One, because I think RFK Jr., right, is the other one, is gonna split Republicans more than it's gonna split Dems. Because they love a good, crazy, cult of personality guy to step behind. And I've seen a lot of the people that I know from... Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that RFK Jr. is not a fucking lunatic. He is. I'm just saying I've seen a lot of guys that I am, like, friends on Facebook with because I knew them in high school, like, problematically supporting RFK. Because, like, they are... teetering on the edge of being Republicans just because of, like, how they grew up. Yeah, I'm fucking talking to you. Talking about you. Nah. No, I'm talking about, like, people, when I moved to the second town that I went to high school in, who grew up in a slightly different financial class. Yo. We can only wait and see. But, yeah, I totally think she has a shot. Because, also, hey, Raised. Forgot to say hi. You just asked me a politically charged question. Needed to make sure I got to the, end point on that one. But I think she has, like, a great shot. Because they did the smart thing, which they should have pivoted to Harris the second... The second, I'm glad you guys are coming up with internal slang for external use. They should have pivoted right away. It should have been the beginning of this election cycle, but Biden had too much of an ego on him to step down. We know that. That just kind of is what it is. Unfortunate as that is. I think they did it in the perfect window where people are going to remember it so hard that it is a pressing point in the polls. Where people... It happened with enough time to spread the word that the Dems have to get their shit together and all vote as a block if they want Harris to win. You also get a little bit more of that, like, feminist, girl power, woman in office thing, but not politicized as harshly as it has been with, like, Clinton and with other femme-presenting or female people that have run as vice presidents in the past. Yeah. I mean, because that was the thing, is, I think the press saw the turning tides even before the debate, because it's a lot of what people in alt-left and leftist spaces were already talking about, which was his huge mental decline, the fact that the country did not feel safe in the hands of another old white man, like all of these little things that were progressively adding up, that I think every journalist who has any background and any experience in politics who wanted a Dem president saw and were like, we gotta get him the fuck out of there, because if we don't, we're all absolutely boned. Like, we're not coming out of this without a president who's gonna fuck our whole shit up. Is really how that felt to me. Yo, I am gonna miss Goofy Granddad's silly shenanigans. I am. You're not wrong, Prez. But Goofy Granddad just needs a nap. Like, I feel bad that he thinks he needs to be doing this instead of just, I don't know, like, going and retiring and sipping, like, just water, because I don't think his body can handle alcohol anymore on the beach. Maybe a juice every now and again. Yeah, he has. He earned a little nap. He can go take a little sit down. He can go have a little seat. But, after that debate, I'm so glad that the debate went as poorly as it did. Because if it hadn't, I think we would still be stuck very much in, is he gonna give it up? Is he gonna call it? Because if you ask me, I do 100% think that, the I got COVID, oops, can't do it. Am I going the wrong way? I might have just gone the wrong way, but that's fine. Was like a ploy. Like, it was just like he needed a reason to step down without appearing weak in the eyes of the Democratic Party, so that we don't lose faith, so that we don't do XYZ, but he was getting so much negative pressure from inside the house, you know? I feel like I'm going the wrong way. No. Yes? No. Because you can't verify a VTuber's age, Prez. That's why. I'm fully in favor of fake old VTuber president. But still has, like, the very identifiable VTuber voice. Like, I want them to sound like a bubbly, high-pitched femme, but look like an 80-year-old geriatric white man. That would be the perfect president. Yo, I'm sure for a minute there, a Joe Biden VTuber would be doing numbers. Granted, I'm of the opinion that most VTubers, if you put enough effort into it, if you do enough of the work, do numbers. If we want to start working on the very first Joe Biden VTube account, I wouldn't be opposed. I think that's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna go back just to make sure I'm not going the wrong way, because if I go the wrong way for all of that, I'm gonna be upset. Upsetty spaghetti and no one's paying enough attention. Exactly, you get just about everybody. You get the political market, you get the VTuber market, you get the people after, you know, them olds. That's an excellent question. But I do think that question should be posed as far as, like, kind of VTuber to Raised, who is more of an expert in this field than I am. I only have a passing knowledge of, like, I've watched a couple of video essays and interviews about and with VTubers, rather than just engaged with the material myself. So I wouldn't want to speak to it. Yo, a VTuber cabinet would go pretty hard as well. And then you could set up, like, for debates and, like, political stuff and campaigning. You could set up those, like, fucking guerrilla shows that they did for a while where they just set up a bunch of big screens and have them all do little dances. And then we have the clapometer the clapometer to get people to decide which side they agree with. Guys. Unfortunately, Raised, I don't think anyone here has that skill, but we can get that, yes, absolutely. And that's the new campaign circuit. You don't even really have to have, like, stances and stuff. You just really do have to start debating each other and then wait until the crowd has clapped to a certain amount for a certain point to make the avatar do something funny. And it's, you know, we really have solved the issue of democratic engagement amongst the youth primarily, I think. Yeah, if we just all take our streaming AdSense, then in 5 years we could do it. Right at the pinnacle of eyes on Joe Biden. It would be beautiful. It would truly be a beautiful experience. And we'd have to make war rooms open. We'd have to make all of this streamable online. Does it open us to the potential risks of external factors, other countries on our political system? Yes. Do I care? No. Not even a little bit. We already have those. We just don't know about them. If everybody else involved is allowed to be party, why can't the American public be party to it as well? Now we're getting conspiratorial, and I love that for us. A goblin prince? Oh no! Yo, the face reveals would go crazy. Like, if you do something and you have to get, yeeted out of the White House, like, you have to do a VTuber face reveal. I think we'd really cut down on political crime, to be honest. Like, I think we fucked up by having presidents' faces already attached to their misdeeds. You really think Donald would be out here doing the shit he's up to if he had to reveal who he was, if we didn't already know? I don't think so. I think there's a true limit that anonymity gives you, where you feel a little unsafe to do things that, if you had to be revealed for, would be more damaging for you. Then again, I just straight up don't think Donald's a very smart man. So, who knows? Truly, who knows? The only reason I don't want to keep calling Trump Donald is because it is giving petulant child disrespecting a parent by using their first name. And I'm not... I haven't. That's wild. Do you know, like, did you see who the ad was put out by? Ooh, interesting topic shift. I must find out. Now I'm in a whole spiral. A whole political ad spiral. I just googled political ad Trump Biden predators. You never know. Yeah, same. I was this is how we kind of got into this discussion. Was I've been getting so many Harris ads. It's like a plague on my account. I'm pretty sure for like 3 days I didn't get a single ad other than Harris ads. So yeah, I can't find it right off jump. So if you do see it again, I would say take a look at the like below tab to see who put it out. So I'm interested. Okay, let's pick up this eternal flame. It's mine now. The sunfire moves to Eagle's torch. Guys, get the fuck out of here. I would just like to go home now, please. Ouchie. Ouch. You think it's just like a personal, they put a couple $1,000s into getting something put out. But also, like, that's a very strange choice to frame it as, like, what, all politicians are bad and creepy and gross? Because, like, we also know that already, so I don't know what you're trying to prove. I liked that fucking 6-spin move he just did. Don't know why he just did a 6-spin move. Oh, are we getting more drama? We're getting more. That's fair. You do live in a mystical place. That does not make very much sense. Okay. Interesting. Yo, the craziest shit is, like, I was taking the train to and from where I was going to the casting yesterday, and there were huge, like, Trump 2024, save the country again flags and shit. Like, on the side of the rails. You know, like, just very strange behavior. You can't say that they don't have the, like, ground level marketing on lock. They really do. You know, I don't know the last time I saw Harris's name out there that wasn't, like, a personal bumper sticker or lawn tag, you know? They really do be having that shit on lock. Alright, how do I get back home? And it's because they're crazy, and they put all of their time and energy into it. Like, any well-adjusted human person who's like, yeah, I definitely want to vote for Harris in the upcoming campaign is not like, and then I'm gonna spend 60 of my own dollars to buy a bunch of random shit online to put all over my sidewalk and around my home. And in the middle of nowhere, you know, just cause, just in case. How the hell? How the hell do I get out of here? Whew. Oh yeah, no. And billboards are fucking expensive. Like that's $10,000 is not a comically disproportionate amount of money to be talking about taking out billboards. And it really is. It's like, and for what? Like, he's never gonna know your name. He's never gonna thank you personally. I don't know what your deal is. Like, why are you so sycophantic over one personality? I just don't get it. I don't get it. But it's a mind virus. They got mind sickness. They got that, like, can't be cured. I am 100% no longer a hollowed out human being. For real, it's very pick-me energy. It's incredibly pick-me energy. It's like, girly, it doesn't matter how not like other girls you are. Trump is not gonna notice you. You're not gonna have your YN moment at the White House, okay? He's not gonna suddenly look up and be like, ah, all the support, I am where I am because of you. Gemma from Michigan, you know? Oh. This was an exhilarating conversation. I fully did not expect to get so into politics today. If you can even call it that, to be perfectly honest. Oh yeah. No, 100%. That is also how I anticipated spelling Gemma from Michigan, so I'm glad we're on the same page today. Nah, you know what? She doesn't give heavy smoker. She gives, like, Z-Packs on the daily kind of vibes. As soon as we make it to a town, I will be signing off. Like I said, we're just kind of doing a sign of life, being here, proving that I am still a person who is still doing this stream today. But I don't got much more energy in me. The allergies are still kicking my ass pretty hard. It's just no longer coming out of my nose, which is nice. I mean, honestly, I think with how many weird topics we touch on usually during stream, it's not necessarily surprising that this was the road we traveled down today. Especially when I only give myself like a 2-hour maximum on short streams. You gotta fill it, you gotta give it a punch. Really fill that air. Exactly. Also, it's super helpful. It's helpful for when I do post VODs to YouTube. I can literally just take, like, the 2-hour ones that are kind of punchy and just slap them up. Helpful! Please tell me I can pass by this up here rock. Yay! Rock passed. Yeah, no, this will be a nice one. Yeah, thank you. I literally just have to add an end card and a front cap. What's up? In what context? Because, like, yes, but also... Like, the novel? Yes. The radio production? Yes. The movie? Meh. I love the idea. I think that shit's so fun. I can't, like, the fact that it really got out and about as it did because of Wells and, fucking... What's his face? What is his name that I'm thinking of who did the radio production? What am I? Where am I? Hello. You know what I'm talking about? Wells. Orson Welles. Orson Welles. The fact that the Orson Welles, like, they started with a 5-minute diatribe of, like, this is just a stage play. We're reading something based on a book. And then everybody's like, oh my god, there are aliens in New Jersey? Is one of my favorite things. That's straight one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite, like, as a film kid, I had to learn about it. So. Very fun. Very fun. I love that kind of shit too. I love a good radio play. I love a good, something disguised as something else. Hell yeah. Ooh. Ooh, I like the sound of this. Let me open a tab in my, browser so that I will not forget. Oh, it looks cute as hell. Do I own this? No. Do I own this? I have questions. Does Dan own this? I have more questions. I'll have to check his account later. Why do you hate yourself? Because that sounds fun as hell. I'm very excited. Yep, that'll happen. That'll happen. And with puzzle games and stuff, you're like, well, I can't do it on stream because I literally just did it and I know how the puzzles go, so it would just be me putting square peg in square hole for insert amount of hours here. But hey, that just means you give it like 4 or 5 months for it to completely leave your brain, and you can do it then. It would be very fun. But also, thank you for the water off your back kind of game suggestions. I appreciate it. I will use your errors for my benefit, for my gain. Yeah, because I think I realized after the yappening that is fucking RDR2 that it is really hard for my stream of consciousness stream style when the characters just be yapping. Look, you gotta, otherwise how you gonna make it in this business, in this industry, in this fast-paced industry. Alright, gang. What did I say? I said after we get to town. But yeah, no. Anything else anybody wants to chat about before I log off? Because I gotta go get some stuff done and I'm not feeling great. I want to rest my voice so it's not shitty tomorrow. You know? I sure do. Also thinking about trying to vocal train a little bit so that I don't constantly give myself vocal cord stress because I naturally lay really low in my register. So, gonna have to be something that I work on. Not on a short stream day though, for sure. Well, thanks. If I'm Rudolph, does that mean I can call you Santa, or is that... What? What did I just say? Something about my register? You know. Normal things that normal people talk about and think about. Yeah. Yeah. Do you need a follow-up? Is that confusing? Oh, well, it's just... Okay, so you hear, like, my voice. I have a relatively low voice that I allow for a pretty natural amount of vocal fry, or the pressure of my vocal cords to sort of, like, allow extra vibration when I speak. Everyone has a register, so the highest that they can go and the lowest that you can go. So I usually rest very, very low in my speaking register, so like I lay here in my personal life. But if I'm acting or if I'm doing public speaking, I will usually go a little bit higher. I'll do a little bit something more nasal, something a little bit more akin to my customer service voice, although I had a very nice director once say I'm doing a customer service voice instead of just kind of laying into a more naturally high vocal range. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, that's what I meant, is I naturally lay very, very low, but it means that some days I'll get off like a 5-hour stream and I cannot speak because I will have basically fried my voice from just naturally sitting where I like to in my tones. So yeah, something to think about. Something that I am going to have to try a little bit because I've gotten off on certain days and just been like, wow, I need to eat some ice or something because this shit hurts. Yeah. It's a skill that you learn, like, if you do any kind of acting, where it is just kind of one for the purposes of protecting your voice. Yeah. Yep. It feels a little cooked. It feels a little cooked. So, if you just... A nice, easy way to start is just sort of, like, start pushing more of your words towards your nose. So, instead of letting them sit down at the bottom of your throat or towards the back of your jaw, just sort of when you're expelling them, push it a little bit higher up. Use a little bit more of that kind of energy. I'm doing fucking boring ass acting class shit. Also true, yeah. Sometimes it is just about vocal exercise, so that's a personal question to figure out. Hey, I did not save yet, did I? I should do that. Yeah. We're saved. Oh yeah, no, we can get into it at another point in time. I love talking about it, because that's also how you do accents, is just realizing where your tongue and voice sit in your mouth and where you're pressing out different syllables and different sounds. It's really interesting to me. It's one of those things that's kind of always like hit right where I need it to be like compelling. But yeah, so we'll talk about that some other time. We'll talk about vocal ranges and the process of killing your voice by talking too much and other random assorted shit, or more, you know, political nonsense or VTuber silliness. But regardless of what we talk about, it will be fun. It will be great. Thank you guys so much for joining me in chat. Thank you guys who are watching the VOD for watching the VOD. It has been a pleasure as always. I will be back tomorrow for yet another stream of Fallout London, probably, if I had to guess. Hopefully that will be fun and you'll join me for that. And in any case, I hope you have a great night and a great insert however many days until the next time we speak. I have been Unlucky Clovers. This has been a stream. And I hope you all stay hydrated and I don't know, do something fun. Okay, bye.